obviously the biggest thing in sports news right now that continues to trend is LeBron. Headed to the Philadelphia 76ers, we speculated about where he might end up. And, of course, now we know. So LeBron James has signed a 2-year, $8 million contract with the Philadelphia 76ers for the 26-27 NBA season. He joins a star-studded core featuring Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and, of course, Jaylen Brown, instantly creating championship prospects and forming a powerful projected starting lineup that will also include VJ Edgecombe. In addition to LeBron James, the 76ers also strengthened their depth with players such as Anthony Simon, Dean Wade, and rookie LeBaron Failan. While many fans and analysts remain skeptical that this new look roster can immediately compete for a championship, others see things differently. There have been articles written suggesting that this is the best starting lineup ever, and their betting odds move from third best to win the Eastern Conference to a tie for second best immediately after the LeBron acquisition. And now I look today, they are second to win the Eastern Conference behind the New York Knicks. So I'm going to ask the people's champ, man, are the Philadelphia 76ers championship or bust with all the moves that they have made this offseason?
Yeah. That's easy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's pretty much the short answer, right?
Yeah, I mean, how could it not be?
Right.
LeBron James isn't playing for $4 million a year for, I would like to think,
yes,
anything other than the championship. It ain't for the cheesesteaks.
No, no.
And it's definitely not for the Philly winners or Philly fans.
No.
It's
not.
Let's just be real about it.
Yeah,
so,
right. He's not living in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
so it's a great place to live. Not that it's not, but.
And I mean, if you look at the roster and how it's set up in theory, they should definitely compete.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, but how it all shakes out, if they say you got to throw the balls out and play.
You're right.
But yeah, absolutely. There's no, because he could have he's had his LeBron James. He's been holding us hostage all summer, so it's obvious he could have, he had his options.
Right.
As few as they may have been, I guess, from maybe his expectations, he still had them. And
sure.
To choose that, and to look at where that lineup is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have to agree. I mean, they have 3 max players now, which is, that's a rarity. If you look at the landscape of the NBA, 2 perennial all-NBA players, a former league MVP, and then obviously one of the greatest players of all time still playing at a high level. So, yes, I think that all, is a recipe for them being championship or bust, not to mention they have the individual who finished third in Rookie of the Year voting in VJ Edgecombe.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that there's no other way to put it. I mean, the Sixers is definitely pushing all the cards in to the middle of the table. There's a lot that could go wrong,
man,
obviously, but I do believe that anything less than a championship would be a disappointment. If not this year, then certainly next year, because he did sign a 2-year deal. And even with Embiid in and out of the starting lineup, you'll presumably have Maxey, Brown, Edgecombe, and LeBron, most every night, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they'll do some managing of minutes and load management, that type of thing. But
because, I mean, Maxey, he plays hurt.
Yes.
Yes,
he does.
I'll give him credit for that. But, he gets dinged up. And you don't want that to be the case. So, hopefully LeBron being there can alleviate some of that. But how you do that while also managing LeBron's minutes well is going to be interesting. We already know it's kind of TBD.
With Joel. Yeah. Yep. And then there's only 3 teams in the entire NBA that have 2 returning All-NBA selections. Obviously, Philly became the 3rd when they traded for Jaylen Brown. The other 2 are the Detroit Pistons with Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren.
And then there's them.
For however long that lasts. And then there's Denver with Jokic and Murray. And those are the only 3 teams. And of course, obviously, like we mentioned, having Embiid, a former league MVP, available even part-time is, that's obviously a nice luxury to have.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you're talking like situational basketball, like in playoff settings, Joel Embiid, I mean, that's a hell of a weapon to have in a half court.
Yes, indeed.
So, I mean, I get it. I mean, all of the, it's like a buffet of the worst of devil food.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this could be great, but man, it could go really, 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 really bad. But they got all the temptation pieces there.
Yeah. So the question that has been raised in the immediate aftermath of the acquisition is, did LeBron make the 76ers a quote unquote super team, or did LeBron join a quote unquote super team? What say the People's Champ?
So you have Brown, Maxey, Embiid.
Yep, Edge gone.
Yeah, up and coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, does Bron's arrival make it a super team?
Did he make it a super team, or did he join a super team? Because there's a lot of debate about whether or not he made it a super team or he joined one.
You know, no, I think LeBron pushes them over the top as a quote unquote super team.
Okay.
Because again, I think him being there gives you a little more slack on the rope, so to speak, with Embiid. You know, I think that could be a huge plus for them.
Right.
Again, it all depends. I mean, it all depends on Joel's operation board of body.
Yeah, I mean, of course, right.
Holding up. But I mean, if they can manage it right, if they put the right, plan together in terms of his physicality.
Yeah.
That could be beneficial to them long term. So yeah, I think LeBron being there helps Embiid production towards the Sixers as a whole.
Yeah, I agree. What you got, nephew?
I know this isn't necessarily about what we're talking about right now, but friend of the show, Ty, said in the chat, the King typically wins a title the second year after going to a new team.
Correct.
Well,
oh, how great thou art.
Thank you for that contribution, Ty. Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. I think he joined a super team because of the 2 perennial All-NBA selections and the former league MVP. Now, did he solidify them as a super team? Yes. But I think they were already a super team before he got there. You got the guy who finished 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting, former league MVP, 2 perennial All-NBA players. The expectation, I mean, they were 3rd. They were slated, they had the 3rd best odds to win the conference, I guess I should say, before he got there. He moved them to 2nd. I mean, that's hardly a quantum leap. Right. So I think that they were already looked upon very highly, like the only team that was really looked upon more highly than they were was the Knicks. And then even before they got LeBron, it was Boston.
Right.
And then when they got LeBron, they leapfrogged Boston.
Right.
I'm actually not as high on Boston as a lot of people, but that, that's a conversation for another day. But I do think he joined a super team.
Right.
But of course, I agree with you, though. Does he help solidify it as of course. I mean, once you add him playing at the level that he's playing at, even at his age, he definitely solidifies it because, like you said, he gives them more flexibility. He gives them another ball handler. He gives Joel Embiid more ability to be out of the lineup, which we know he's already going to be because LeBron can play in the front court, as well as playing, a small forward and at times point guard. So yeah, I think that he did join a super team, but he obviously, because of his versatility and flexibility, he solidified it though. It was like once he went there, it was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is even more of a formidable title contender than they were before he got here. But I think that a lot of people had high expectations for them before him.
I feel I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I guess where I'm more so coming from is that I think with Embiid, without LeBron being there,
Right.
and just, say Brown, Maxey, Edgecombe, Embiid, because of Embiid, they're always just a super team, like in theory.
Correct. Yes, that's what I said. He solidified it. Yeah. That's it. Once he got there, it was they definitely.
It's like we can call him that.
Yeah, but
by name.
Yeah, but Embiid is.
But it's just like.
Yes, I agree.
Like
Embiid's reliability made them a question mark.
Yeah, because it's like you don't feel confident that your concept of them
could
be fulfilled before LeBron.
Right.
I think LeBron adds to your point.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I agree with you. I'm like, he
LeBron
solidified.
is like,
it was like, damn.
Right. Like, okay. Now,
that was a damn moment. It was like, oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Now that's the missing piece right there. Yeah, like that actually solidified them as being extremely even more dangerous than we thought Philly could be in the first place. So yes, I think we kind of are on the same page. Right. But I want to get to a couple of things that Charles Barkley said because I found them interesting. And
the Dan Patrick
again. I think it was Dan. He was on some podcast.
Or Stephen A.
Yeah, I read them more than I saw them. But Charles Barkley made a couple of comments, and I want to get your opinion on. The first was that if LeBron wins back-to-back championships at this stage, then that would change his mind in the GOAT conversation. So let me ask you, does LeBron winning back-to-back championships at this stage make him the GOAT? Would say the people's champ.
Damn, man, back-to-back. What would he be, like 40?
Right.
Would he be 43 and 44?
Yeah, well, he'll be 42 in December. So, yeah. So, he'll be 42 and 43.
And 43.
Still. I mean, that's still.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't argue it, bro. At that point, it would just be like, you can have it.
Yeah, I mean.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, it'd be like, like you can have it, bro. Like, that would be nuts.
Right.
To go back-to-back at that stage would be, I mean, that'd be nuts. I mean, that'd be as close as you can damn literally get to a three-peat when you factor in him being that old and probably having to dog walk Joel Embiid to 2 titles.
And not only that, I mean, I think that to bolster that in a league that is no longer dynastic, you know what I'm saying? Like, There's not been a back-to-back champion since, in almost a decade now. It's been 9 straight NBA champions. What you got, nephew?
And they go to a 4th team, and win a title. That would be crazy.
That would be.
This was said before we moved on to the current question, but Marvelous 567 in the chat said LeBron is back, excellence. He can do whatever he wants at this point in his career.
Yes, I mean, I pretty much agree.
He's been at that point.
Yes, and that's actually a great comment to lead me into my next.
Shout out Marvelous.
Yeah, shout out Marvelous. That leads me into my next question, though, because in my opinion, I don't know that him winning back-to-back championships would necessarily change my mind about who the GOAT is, because it depends on how it looks. Like, is LeBron the number 1 option? Is he the number 2 option? Is he the number 4 option? Is he the finals MVP? Or is he just a role player with much younger guys doing most of the heavy lifting? I think that does make a difference, even though, again, he is at a latter stage of his career.
Yeah, I won't have the energy for it. I just won't.
Also,
from the sound of it, it sounds like he's going to be playing the point guard. So it sounds like his role is not going down any further, which I wanted to ask
Go ahead.
Something to you about, I don't know if you was going to talk about.
Yeah.
Because it sounded like Jaylen Brown, who just a month ago was talking about, I need to be the man on my own team, is now looking at being the fourth option.
I don't think Jaylen Brown.
Nephew, fourth option?
That's what it's.
I don't think Jaylen Brown's going to be the fourth option. I think so. Yes, I mean, so if LeBron is going to play the point, they're talking about.
Joel.
Yeah, they gonna have him distributing the basketball. So I think that in the here and now, that would mean that Jaylen Brown would be the second option, probably behind Maxey. And then, you know what? I don't know, man, because, Joel need the ball.
One of them going to have to go to the bench, bro.
This is the conversation. No.
Bro, you have to, okay. So you're adding LeBron James to it. This is a different experiment, I think, than, say, Bosh and Wade.
Right.
Because Wade was, like, nicked up. Like, he was, like...
Well, so was Embiid.
But I'm talking about Brown and Maxey. Brown and Maxey are the guys averaging 28 and a half a game.
Correct, yes.
Like, you're taking those two guys, and then you're adding LeBron James 24. But these three guys need the ball. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Embiid can catch and shoot. He can pick and pop.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he I mean, of course he has post moves, but he shoots the ball well enough.
Yes.
Where, you know.
That's an interesting point that you make.
And that's why I stand by what I said a couple of weeks ago with, again, this is going to look good on paper. And I'm not saying there's no possibility that Philly can't go out here and win the NBA title. I'm not saying that. But I just feel like it's 2010 Miami on, like you said, 2010 Miami on steroids, because it's not like Miami I could have seen, because I could see Bam being in a Bosh 2.0 role.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I can see it working that way. But in Philly, it's just too much fight. It's too much. The ball needs to touch too many people's hands at one time.
I agree. Yes. So, right. There's going to have to be a lot of adjusting. That's why I said there's a lot that could go wrong. So here's the thing about Jaylen Brown, to your point, nephew. Jaylen Brown's game, if you watch him, is very interesting. Jaylen Brown does not run screen and roll. He doesn't really play well out of pick and roll. He is an ISO player.
Paul Pierce.
Yeah, like
he's more athletic.
Right.
But he doesn't need a pick.
He runs isolation ball from the wing. And that's a good point that you're making. I don't know how many sets there are going to be every game for that, because, number one, I think that in order for them to be successful, they're going to have to play faster, because defensively they're going to be challenged. Joel Embiid has no lateral movement. So when he's in the lineup, they're going to have no rim protection, basically.
And
like
that's going to be a huge problem with Joel Embiid and LeBron James on your team.
Yeah, exactly, because LeBron is no longer a top-tier defender either. Jaylen Brown is really good. Maxey is a game defender. And so is VJ, but
he's coming along.
Yeah, none of them are, other than Jaylen Brown, none of them is considered to be a great defender. So Jaylen Brown is a really good defender, but that's it. So, they're going to struggle with perimeter defense and rim protection. So I think they're going to have to play faster. And that's to your point, nephew. Where does Jaylen Brown fit in them playing much faster? And the next point that I was going to make, and that's why I said Marvelous kind of jumped my next point, is how come nobody ever reverse engineers the premise, though? Because will we be done with the GOAT conversation if LeBron don't win back-to-back? That's what I wished somebody would have asked Charles when he said that. Like, so are we done with the conversation if he don't win back-to-back? Because nobody ever reversed it. So, like, is he playing consequence-free basketball now? Because, like, that's kind of what Marvelous said. He can do whatever he want now. So, like, is it consequence-free basketball? Because since LeBron won his last championship. Let's have a candid conversation, because these are conversations that you ain't gonna really hear in many other places. And I like LeBron. I'm not trying to, go after LeBron or say anything negative.
Here it comes.
But the age, right? I know, yeah. Like usually that caveat. But the age has been the cape and the crutch since he won his last championship. Mm-hmm. When he does something great, it's like, man, look at what he's doing at this stage of his career. When there's failure, it's like, man, y'all expecting too much.
Man, what you expect?
Y'all expecting too much at this stage of his career.
That's fair.
So it's consequence-free basketball. If it don't work, if it fails, it's like, hey, man, the expectations were too high. If it's a rousing success, then he's meeting expectations.
Okay. So
can we set the expectations? Because I'm kind of with that's why what nephew said was right on. He like, what is it gonna look like should it not work out? Right. And then what's the conversation was the next step? Because who's gonna get the blame? Because we know who's not gonna get the blame.
Right. Well, I mean, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so let's set the expectations. I'm like, all I want is clear, concise expectations. And that's what LeBron fans will not give you. They like, it's a championship or bust. That's why that's the first question I ask. Is it championship or bust?
But his greatest power is the narrative.
Yeah, exactly.
That is his superpower.
And that's my point. I'm like, man, listen, so if it's championship or bust, then is it all right to be done with the conversation?
I'll put it to you like this.
In the instance that they don't.
If they go back-to-back and he's back-to-back finals MVP.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Then it's
at
like,
this stage, right.
Do not have the juice to argue with folks over. Good luck, bro. Have at it. I won't be doing it. I know. And
yes.
Of course, there'll still be plenty of ammo to do it, but I will not. I will not be.
I mean, the age and this stage of his career, listen, I'm the first one to say LeBron has had the longest prime of any athlete that I've ever seen. Him and Tom Brady. I mean, depending on, which one of them you want to look at.
Well,
extremely long primes, extremely long periods of time playing at a high level. And that is to be admired, is to be respected, is to be lauded. There's nothing bad to say about that. But I'm just like, man, the only issue that I have, and again, and this is not all LeBron fans, I'm just talking about, the vocal minority, I would call them, is that the expectations are never solid. Like this time of year, nephew called it. Soon as he make a declaration about where he going, they winning the championship. They the championship favorite.
For sure.
But then when they don't win the championship, or should they not win the championship?
Well, it's because Joel Embiid's hurt all the time.
Yeah, like what's the conversation though?
Tyrese Maxey needs to mature.
Right. Or Jaylen Brown can only play ISO ball. Yeah. He ain't got no handle.
He's got some built-in mulligans.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Now, here's the thing. What if they win the first year? Does he retire?
That is possible. It's possible, but I doubt it, because then he's gonna have his mind on back-to-backs. He gonna have his mind on back-to-back championships. If they win the first year, ain't no way he retiring.
You don't think he walks away?
Oh, no.
That he got said 6 is too close.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you think he walking away at getting to 5?
No, no, he ain't chasing. He not chasing Kobe. He only feel like he don't need 5 because he don't have 5.
Let him tell it.
Yeah, right. He'll go for 6. But no, and I mean, that's just the conversation. That's the question that I have for the LeBron fans, man. Let's set the expectations, man. And it's okay to say, man, things, somebody failed if they failed. Because we gonna talk about it and be real. And Charles Barkley also said that some of the old heads' criticism of LeBron is that he always, quote, stacks his team. So I'm asking, is that a legitimate criticism, or is that an oversimplification of the talent acquisition process that takes place around LeBron? What say the people?
Who wrote that last sentence? Clutch Sports?
I did.
God.
I'm trying to be trying to be fair and balanced in my questions.
What was that?
Listen,
bruh, he know what he doing.
I'm trying to be balanced, man.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with, setting yourself up for success.
I agree.
it's only wrong when you try to act like that's not what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing.
Right.
Like, no one would never ever like you. Listen, I'm sorry, I've got to use another wrestler today. But listen, people love Ric Flair 45 years later, and you know why a big part of Ric Flair being famous is he always aligned himself with the best wrestlers in the business.
Hey, there you go.
They all had belts, and they all beat the crap out of everybody else and rubbed it in everyone's face and didn't have a problem with people liking it, or not liking it, I should say. And, I mean, like I said, lo and behold, you look back on it now, and he's still revered. So, I mean, if LeBron was, like, able to take that route, like, say, in Miami, if he was, like, you know, the merchandise is still going to sell, bro. Like, your fans weren't going to leave you, as they haven't. He just would have embraced that and just be like, yeah, dog, I stack my teams because I don't like losing. He wouldn't be 4-6.
Yeah,
he wouldn't be. I'm telling you, he wouldn't be if he just embraced the darkness sooner.
All right. What you got now?
I just want to point out what Rob said in the chat. He said, hell, at 40 plus, he earned the right to play consequence-free ball. This uncharted territory is just like the elderly. After you hit a certain age, you damn near get a free pass to do whatever.
Okay.
Told you, man, I won't have the energy to argue.
Yeah. I mean, and that's, and that's pretty much the attitude that I expect. But, you know, then I don't know how his GOAT claim can be bolstered. If it's consequence-free basketball and you just riding the wave of the young guys, dog, then
the narrative is his.
I'm like
in the world of LeBron James. The narrative is his.
I'm like, so the expectation, if the expectation is championship, because even listen, I'm gonna use LeBron's words. After the 2023 Western Conference Finals, after they got swept, LeBron said that anything less than a championship at this stage of my career is a failure. That's what he said. Remember that press conference going out? He said that. He was like, I ain't playing for nothing else at this point. And so,
which is clear by
correct, yeah, like
$8 million in 2 years,
right? So, and
Bronny money,
right? Exactly, yeah. Bronny making more, as a matter of fact, which is funny. But
no shade. I mean, hell, money's money. But
yeah, no doubt.
We taking a billionaire is veterans minimum.
Yeah, and you know, and I'm like, listen, if it's consequence free basketball, then what is Charles Barkley talking about? His GOAT claim is bolstered if he win back-to-back championships. I'm like, okay, but what about if he don't? Like, what if it goes horribly wrong? Like, what if it goes like Lakers 2022 with Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, Anthony Davis? What about that experiment that went horribly wrong?
I have great news for you, though, brother. He's not going back-to-back.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I already know that, but I'm just saying, I'm like, but what happens if he does? But, you know,
I mean, our heads will explode and we'll be bombarded with LeBron James, love fest for the next 2 summers. It'll be hard to get through, but
yeah. I mean, listen, I have no problem with a LeBron James love fest. I really don't. I'm like, listen, if we're going to have a LeBron love fest and this is just the farewell tour, and he can do whatever he want at 40 plus years old, I'm cool with that narrative and in that conversation. But don't tell me about the GOAT.
If he don't win, we should just shut up.
No, I'm telling you.
No, you're saying is that what the conversation's turned into?
I'm telling you that even if he do win, shut up. because you telling me that he playing consequence-free basketball. If it's consequence-free basketball, I don't want to hear nothing about it. He went to a stacked team that already had 2 perennial All-NBA players and a former MVP and the third runner-up and the second runner-up for Rookie of the Year. He done went to a team that's loaded up. I'm telling you, shut up if he do win. Why? How do back-to-back championships under these circumstances bolster his GOAT claim? Like he went to the best possible scenario that would accept him. He tried to go to the Knicks. They didn't want him. He tried to go to the defending champ. They was like, no, we cool, dog. Oh, okay, well, I'm going to go to the next best thing, dog.
We coming for you.
Right. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm saying shut up no matter what, but I know I ain't gonna get that. It's gonna be chatter no matter what.
That was beautiful.
But I digress, man. Because of the Bron Hive, they're gonna load up on me, man. If
I just want to say, Rob said in the chat, I don't care about GOAT conversations. Comparing players across eras is much too difficult.
It is.
As the games they are playing are drastically different in each era. Pair comps is what makes sense.
That is true.
1,000%.
That's very true. Very, very, very level-headed comment. Shout out to Rob Digi.
It just makes for clicks.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. Let's move on, man, to